A double bill of two poignant J M Barrie short plays, both dealing with loss and bereavement during the aftermath of war.
A Well-Remembered Voice and Barbara's Wedding. Two short plays by J M Barrie adapted for radio by Julia McKenzie, with Jim Broadbent, Joseph Fiennes, Barbara Leigh-Hunt, Derek Jacobi, Penelope Wilton and Bill Patterson. A Well-Remembered Voice. Out of darkness comes the voice of a woman speaking to her dead son.
Would you prefer me not to ask that question? Was that against your wish?
The room is so dark that we cannot see her. All we know is that she is one of the four shapes gathered round a small table. Beyond the darkness is a great inglenook, in which is seated on a settle a man of 50. He's paying no attention to the party round the table. When he hears their voices, it is only as empty sounds.
Perhaps I'm putting the question in the wrong way.
There was a distinct movement that time, and it is so irregular.
Yes, I thought so, but please don't talk. Do you want to tell us more? He seems to want to tell us more, but something prevents him.
In any case, Mrs. Dawn, it is extraordinary. This is the first seance I've ever taken part in, but I must believe now.
Of course, Major, these are the simplest manifestations. They are only the first step. But if we are to go on, the less we talk, the better.
Sorry.
It's not agitating you too much, is it, Laura?
There was a moment when But I wish I was braver. I think it is partly the darkness. I suppose we can't have a little light?
Yes, certainly we can, my dear.
The Major lights a lamp, and though it casts shadows, we see now that the room is an artist's studio. The silent figure in the inglenook is the artist. Mrs. Dawn is his wife. The others are Major and Mrs. Armitage. The girl is Laura Bell. Among these four, some are more doubtful than others, but each has questions, an imperfect memory, a need to make sense of things past. Memories, I think, are made of delicate stuff. We cherish them, but we cannot always keep them. Some we part with willingly, but others we cling to as if our life depended on it. They bring us comfort, but they also bring regret. Above all, they tell us who we are. At least they seem to. And when they desert us, when they fail to tell the whole story, we fill in the gaps. That is what I have done. But then, I am a writer. My name is James Matthew Barrie, JMB to my friends. And in one way or another, I have dedicated my life to filling in those gaps. It's how I make sense of the world. I think perhaps it's what we all do, to cast some light into the shadows. And so it is with these four who are sitting around the table, their hands touching. They are endeavouring to commune with one who has crossed the gulf. In the better light, Mr. Dawn is now able to read his paper if he chooses. If he has forgotten the party at the table, they have equally forgotten him.
Are you still there?
I think I felt a movement.
Don't talk, please. Are you still there? Yes. It is your mother speaking. Have you any message you want to send us? Yes. Are we to spell it out in the usual way? Yes. The cards, Laura. Is the first letter of the first word A? Is it B?
She continues through the alphabet to L when the table responds. Similarly, she finds that the second letter is O.
Is the word love? Yes.
The second word is spelt out B-A-D-E, and the third, M-E.
Love bade me, if it is a quotation, I believe I know it, is the fourth word welcome? Yes.
Love bade me welcome.
Yes. Oh, that movement again. Don't you want me to go on?
Let's stop.
Not unless he wishes it. Why are those words so important? Is anyone working against you? Is it anyone we know? Yes. Is the first letter of this person's name A, B, C, D, E, F? Is the second letter A, F, A, far? Is the word father? Yes.
I had no intention. Should I go away, Grace?
Whatever you wish, Robert.
I didn't mean to be antagonistic, Grace. I thought
Because he's an unbeliever.
I wasn't thinking at all.
Not thinking of Dick, Robert? And it was only 5 months ago.
I'll go.
A boy wouldn't turn out his father. Ask him.
As to that...
I will ask him if you wish me to, Robert.
No, don't.
It can't worry you, as you are a disbeliever.
You see, Dick and I were not very... no quarrel or anything of that sort, but I didn't much matter to Dick. I'm too old, perhaps.
I won't ask him, Robert, if you would prefer me not to.
I'll go.
I'm afraid it's too late now.
May I go to my room, Mrs. Donn? I feel I should like to be alone.
Yes. Yes, Laura, dear, I shall come in and see you.
Good night.
I think we must all want to be alone after such an evening. We shall say good night, Mrs. Donn.
Yes, indeed. Good night, Major.
Good night.
Thank you,
Mrs.
Donn. Thank you.
Good night, Major.
Good night.
Good night.
The husband and wife, left together, have not much to say to each other. He is depressed because he has spoilt things for her. She is not angry. She knows he can't help being as he is, and that there are fine spaces in her mind where his thoughts can never walk with hers. But she would forgive him 70 times 7, because he is her husband. She is standing looking at a case of fishing rods against the wall. Mr. Donn feels as if somehow they were evidence against him.
Dick's fishing rods.
I hope you don't mind my keeping them in the studio, Robert. They are sacred things to me.
That's all right, Grace.
I think I shall go to Laura now.
Yes.
Poor child.
I'm afraid I hurt her.
Dick wouldn't have liked it, but Dick's gone. I suppose you will resume your evening paper.
Why not, Grace?
I suppose it's just that a son is so much more to a mother than to a father.
I dare say.
How can you read about the war nowadays?
I'm not going to give in. But I'm so sorry I was in the way, Grace. It's just that I can't believe in it.
Oh, Robert, you would believe it if Dick had been to you what he was to me.
I don't know.
In a sense, you may be glad that you don't miss him in the way I do.
Yes, perhaps.
Good night, Robert.
Good night, my dear.
He is alone now. He stands fingering the fishing rods tenderly, then wanders back into the inglenook. In the room we can scarcely see him, for it had gone slowly dark there. A grey darkness, as if the lamp, though still glowing, was unable to shed light. He sits on the settle and tries to read his paper. He breaks down. He is a pitiful, lonely man. In the silence, something happens. A well-remembered voice.
Father.
Mr. Donn looks into the greyness from which this voice comes, and he sees his son. We see no one, but we are to understand that to Mr. Donn, Dick is standing there as he lived.
Dick,
I've come to sit with you for a bit, Father.
it's you, Dick. It's you.
It's me, all right, Father. Don't be startled or anything of that kind. We don't like that.
My boy,
How am I looking, Father?
you haven't altered.
Rather not. It's good to see the old studio again.
Uh,
I say, Father, don't fuss. Let us be our ordinary selves, won't you?
I'll try. I'll try. You haven't come to sit with me, Dick, not with me.
Of course.
With your mother.
It's you I want.
Me?
We can only come to one, you see.
Then why me?
That's the reason.
Me? But, Dick, it is as if you had forgotten it was your mother who was everything to you. It can't be you if you have forgotten that. I used to feel so out of it, but of course you didn't know.
I didn't know it till lately, Father, but heaps of things that I didn't know once are clear to me now. I didn't know that you were the one who would miss me most. But I do now.
Me miss you most. Dick, I try to paint just as before. I go to the club. I've been to a dinner party. I said I wouldn't give in.
We like that.
My boy, it's so... Oh,
I say, Father, let's get away from that sort of thing.
that is so like you, Dick. I'll do anything you ask.
Then keep a bright face.
I've tried to.
Good man. I say, put on your old painting jacket. I'd like to see you in that.
Anything you like. No, that's the wrong sleeve. Thanks, Dick.
Here. Let me shove you into your old seat. How's that?
Dick, that's just how you used to butt me into it long ago.
That's better. I'll sit here. Got your pipe?
I don't seem to care to smoke nowadays, Dick.
Rot. Just because I'm dead. I won't have it, you know. You get your pipe and look slippy about it.
Yes, Dick. It's rather nice, Dick. You and me by the fire.
Yes. But sit still. How often we might have been like this, Father, and weren't. Face. How's Fido?
Never a dog miss her master more.
Oh, she doesn't want to go and sit on my grave or any of that tosh, does she? As if I were there.
No. She goes ratting, Dick.
Good old Fido.
Here's a good one. We oughtn't to keep a dog at all because we're on rations now. Well, what do you think Fido ate yesterday?
Let me guess. The joint.
Almost worse than that. She ate all the cook's meat tickets.
Oh, that dog will be the death of me. Oh, hello.
Yes, those are your old fishing rods.
Here's the little hickory. Do you remember, Father, how I got the 7-pounder on the burn trout cast? No, you weren't there. That was a day. It was really only 6 3/4. I put a stone in its mouth the second time we weighed it.
You loved fishing, Dick.
Didn't I? Why weren't you oftener with me? I'll tell you a funny thing. When I went off to the war, somehow I never thought I should be killed. Lots of fellows thought that about themselves, but I never did. It was quite a surprise.
Oh, Dick.
What's the matter? Oh, I forgot. Face. Haven't you got over it yet, Father? I got over it so long ago. I wish people would understand what a little thing it is.
Tell me. Tell me, Dick.
All right. Mind, I can't tell you where I was killed. It's against regulations.
I know where.
You got a wire, I suppose?
Yes.
There's always a wire for officers, even for second lieutenants. It's jolly decent of them.
Dick, the day that you...
My day? I don't remember being hit, you know. I don't remember anything till the quietness came. When you've been killed, it suddenly becomes very quiet. Quieter even than you have ever known it at home. As soon as each had found out about himself, he wondered how it had gone with his chums. I helloed to Johnny Randall, and he helloed back that he was dead, but that Trotter was living. That's the way of it. We're all pretty young, you know, and can't help having our fun still.
I'm glad you still have your fun. Let me look at you again, Dick. There's such a serenity about you now.
Serenity. That's the word. None of us could remember what the word was. It's a good thing to have. I should be awfully bucked if you would have it too.
I'll try.
Now, come on, you tell me some things. Has the bathroom tap been mended yet?
I'm afraid it is Just tied up with that string still, Dick. It works all right.
Oh, it only needs 2 screw nails, you know.
I'll see to it. Sorry, Dick.
Whatever have you been doing? Hello. Here's Mother's workbox. Is Mother all right?
Very sad about you.
Oh, I say, that isn't fair. Why doesn't she cheer up?
It isn't so easy, my boy.
It's pretty hard lines on me, you know.
How's that?
If you're sad, I have to be sad. That's how we've got to work it off. You can't think how we want to be bright.
I'll always remember that. And I'll tell your mother. Oh, but she won't believe me. You'll have to tell her yourself.
I can't do that, Father. I can only come to one.
She should have been the one. She loved you best, Dick.
Oh, I don't know. Do you ever see Laura now?
She's staying with us at present.
Is she? I think I should like to see her.
If Laura were to see you...
Oh, she wouldn't see me. She's not dressed in black, is she?
No, in white.
Good girl. I suppose Mother is in black.
Surely.
It's too bad, you know. Come on, it's your turn. You tell me some things.
What about, Dick? The war?
No. We've had a fine time for speaking about the war. And you know those fellows we were fighting? I forget who they were.
The Germans?
Oh, yes. Some of them were on the same side of the Vale with us. And they were rather decent, so we chummed up with them in the end, and Ockley took us all away together. Ha! Ockley's nickname still sticks to him.
I don't think I know it.
He was a frightful swell, you know, keeper of the field, and played against Tower the same year. I suppose it did go just a little to his head.
What did you nickname him?
He's pretty touchy about it now, you know.
I won't tell anyone. Come on.
His fags called him KCMG.
Meaning?
Meaning, kindly call me God. Oh.
I think I heard someone.
Perhaps it's Mother.
She may have heard the din.
I say, Father, you'll catch her.
I can't believe that she won't see you.
Only one may see me.
You will speak to her, Dick. Let her hear your voice.
Only one may hear me. I could make her the one, but it would mean you're losing me.
I can't give you up.
I called you, Robert.
Yes, I thought I was just going to...
He has come from the Inglenook to meet her. He looks from her to Dick, whom he sees so clearly standing now by the fire. Her eyes follow his, but she sees nothing, not even 2 arms outstretched to her.
What is it, Robert? What is the matter?
She does not hear a voice say,
Mother!
I heard you laughing, Robert. What on earth at? Can I not be told, Robert?
Something in the paper.
Oh, a newspaper joke, please. I don't want to hear it.
Was it my laughing that brought you back, Grace?
No, that would have only made me shut my door. I came back for these slips of paper, these precious slips of paper.
How do you mean, Mother? Why are they precious?
If Dick thought you could laugh.
I think Dick would like it.
Is that how you look at it, Robert? Very well, laugh your fill if you can. But if Dick were to appear before me tonight...
Now you're in a hole, Father.
What is it, Robert?
Didn't you hear anything, Grace?
No.
Dick, if you can appear to your mother, do it.
Really, Robert? I can't understand. How can you?
Trying.
Father, that was top hole of you. Poor Mother, I should have liked to hug her, but I can't.
You should have gone to her, Dick. You shouldn't have minded me.
Mother's a darling, but she doesn't need me as much as you do.
I don't know.
That's all right. Pretty awful things, these partings. Father, don't feel hurt, though I dodge the goodbye business when I leave you.
That's so like you, Dick.
I'll have to go soon.
Oh, can't you...
There's something I want not to miss, you see.
Oh, I'm glad of that.
I'm not going yet, but I mean that when I do, I'll just slip away.
What I'm afraid of is that you won't come back.
I will, honest Injun, if you keep bright.
But if I do that, Dick, you might think I wasn't missing you so much.
We know better than that. You see, if you're bright, I'll get a good mark for it.
I'll be bright. Dick, there is something I've wanted to ask you all the time.
Don't ask it, Father.
I shall go on worrying about it if I don't, but just as you like.
Go ahead, Father. Ask me.
It's this. Would you rather be here than there?
Not always.
What is the difference?
Well, down here on Earth, one knows one has risks to run.
And you miss that?
It must be rather jolly.
Did you know that that was what I was to ask?
Yes. But remember, I'm young at it.
And your gaiety, Dick, is it all real or only put on to help me?
It's half and half, Father. Face, Father. KCMG.
When will you come again?
There's no saying. One can't always get through. They keep changing the password. It's awfully difficult to get the password.
What was it tonight?
Love bade me welcome.
How did you get it, Dick?
I'm not sure. There are lots of things I don't understand yet.
There are things I don't understand either. Did you ever try to send messages from there to us?
Me? No.
Or get messages from us?
No, how could we?
Is there anything in it, Dick? This table, your mother. How could they...
He turns to find that Dick has gone. The well-remembered voice leaves a message behind it.
Be bright, Father.
And Mr. Dawn sits down by the fire to think it all out. And just as he must try to make sense of the past, meanwhile somewhere else, who knows, perhaps not so very far away, is another man, a father too. Once a proud colonel, now he finds himself alone with just his memories. In the sitting room of his country cottage, he stares through the open windows at his pretty garden. He's a very old man, and is sometimes bewildered nowadays. You must understand that at the beginning of the play, he is just seeing visions of the past. No real people come to him, though he thinks they do. He calls to Daring the gardener, who is on a ladder, pruning.
Daring? Ah, there you are. A beautiful morning, Daring.
Too much sun, sir. The roses be complaining. Or to make matters worse, Miss Barbara's been watering them in the heat of the day.
Has she? Oh, she means well. Daring, you heard it, didn't you?
What was that, sir?
The thunderstorm. Early this morning.
There was no thunderstorm, sir.
It was at 4 o'clock. I got up and looked out of the window. The evening primroses were very beautiful.
I don't know much with evening primroses, sir, but I was out and about at 4. There was no thunderstorm.
Oh, I suppose I thought there was one. I am glad to see you moving about in the garden, Derek. With everything just as usual.
Thank you, sir.
No, don't go. Come in for just a moment.
Sir?
I am a little troubled, Daring.
Everything be all right, sir.
I'm glad of that. Oh, it is pleasant to see that you have come back, Daring. But why did you go away for such a long time?
Me, sir? I haven't had a day off since Christmas.
Haven't you? I thought... Daring, there is nothing wrong, is there? I mean, is anything happening that I'm not being told about?
Not that I know of, sir.
Oh, yeah, that is what they all say. But I don't know. Where is everyone?
They're all about, sir. There's a cricket match on the village green.
Is there?
If the wind had a bit of south in it, you could hear their voices. You were a bit of a nailer at cricket yourself, sir.
Oh, 99 against Mallowfield, and then bowled off my pads. Biggest score I ever made. Yeah, do you remember my late cut? It didn't matter where point stood. I got past him. You used to stand at point, Daring.
Well, that was my grandfather, sir. If he was to be believed, he used to snap you regular at point.
Did he? Oh, I dare say he did. Derring, there's no cricket on the green today. I've been down to look. I don't understand it, Derring. When I got there, the green was all dotted with them. But as I watched, they all began to go away. 1 and 2 at a time. They weren't given out, you know. They went as if they'd been called away. Some of the little shavers stayed on, and then they went away as if they'd been called away, too. The stumps were left lying about. Why is that?
Well, it's just fancy, sir. I saw Master Will oiling his bat yesterday.
Did you? Oh, I should like to have seen that. I've often oiled their bats for them, careless lads. They always forget. Was that nice German boy with them?
Yeah, not far off, sir. He was sitting by the bank of the stream playing on his flute. And Miss Barbara, she climbed one of my apple trees.
How like her. Yeah, I don't know how we'd have to make a demure young lady of her.
Well, they say in the village, sir, that Master Will would like to try.
Oh, yeah, he's just a colt himself. Who are here now, Derring? In the house, I mean. See, I sometimes forget. They grow old so quickly. They go out at one door in the bloom of youth and come back by another, tired and grey. Haven't you noticed it?
No, sir. The only visitors staying here are Miss Barbara and Mr. Carl. There's just them and yourselves, sir. You and the mistress and Master Will. That's all.
Yes, that's all. Who is the soldier, Derring?
Soldier, sir? No soldier here except yourself.
Isn't there? There was a nurse with him. Who is ill?
No one, sir. There's no nurse. Would you like me to call the mistress, sir?
No, she's gone down to the village. She told me why, but I forget. Miss Barbara is with her.
Miss Barbara's down by the stream, sir.
Is she? Oh, I think they said they were going to a wedding. Who is being married today, Derring?
Oh, I've heard of no wedding, sir. But here's Miss Barbara.
Here's the tomboy.
Derring, I believe you were complaining to the Colonel about my watering the flowers at the wrong time of day.
I did just mention it, miss.
You horrid.
I'll just get on if you don't mind.
The courage of those young things.
Let me make you comfy, the way Granny does it.
Oh, that's not quite the way she does it. Do you call her Granny, Barbara?
She asked me to, for practice.
Oh.
Don't you remember why?
Oh, I know. Billy boy.
You are quick today. There now. How does that feel?
That's better. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you very much.
I didn't do it. I'm all thumbs.
Barbara, the house seems empty.
Where's Granny?
She's gone down to the village, to a wedding.
There's no wedding.
Where are Billy and Carl?
They've been down all morning at the pool where the alder is, trying to catch that bull trout.
They didn't get him, I'll swear.
You can ask them.
Here they are. Did you get the bull trout then, Billy boy?
Oh, you muddy thing.
He's a brute, that bull trout.
He is, you know.
He came up several times and had a look at the fly. Didn't flick it or do anything as complimentary as that. Just yawned and went down.
Yawned, did he? Used to wink in my time. Did you and Billy fish at Heidelberg, Carl?
We were more worthily employed, sir, but we did unbend at times. Billy, do you remember? Studio auf seine Reis.
No, not I.
Heida, ganz vermussen lieben weiß. Heidi, Heida, immer fortzudenkenden, Ständer des Dasein hin. Heidi, Heidi, Heida, Heidi, Heida, Heidi, Heidi, Heida, Heidi, Heida.
Heidi, Heida. Harem, scarums.
Does he know about you two?
He often forgets. I'll tell him again. Grandfather, Barbara and I have something to say to you. It's this.
I know. There's nothing like it. I'm very glad, Barbara.
You see, dear, I've loved Billy Boy since the days when he tried to catch the bull trout with a string and a bent pin, and I held onto his pinafore to prevent his tumbling in.
Don't forget the ring, Billy. You know, when I was married, I couldn't find the ring.
Were you married here, sir?
Yes, at the village church.
So are my father and mother. I suppose you would like a grander affair, Barbara.
No, just the same.
I hoped you would say that.
But, Billy, I'm to have such a dream of a wedding gown. Granny is going with me to London to choose it.
You must often be pretty lonely, sir, when we are all out and about, enjoying ourselves.
They all say that, but that is the time when I am not lonely, Carl. It's then I see things most clearly. The past, I suppose. It all comes crowding back to me. India, the Crimea, India again. And it's so real. Especially the people. They come and talk to me. I seem to see them. I don't know they haven't been here, Billy, till your granny tells me afterwards.
I wonder where Granny is.
It isn't so often she leaves you for so long, dear.
She told me she had to go out, but I forget where. Oh, yes. Yeah, she's gone down to the, village to a wedding.
A wedding?
It's curious how he harps on that.
Oh, she said to me to listen and I would hear the wedding bells.
Never mind, dear. Granny will make it all right. She is the one for you.
She is the one for me.
I do believe I see it all. Granny has been talking to you about Billy Boy and me, and you haven't been able to wait. You have hurried on the wedding.
Bravo, Barbara, you've got it.
That may be it, because I am sure you were to be there, Barbara.
Our wedding, Billy.
It's your wedding, Barbara, but I don't think Billy Boy is to be there, my love.
No, not at my wedding.
Grandfather?
No, there is something sad about it.
There can't be anything sad about a wedding, dear. Granny didn't say it was a sad wedding, did she?
Oh, she was smiling.
Of course she was.
But I think that was only to please the nurse.
That nurse again. Dear, don't think any more about it. There's no wedding.
Is there not? I told you. There is a wedding.
The bells ring on, and the three young people fade from the scene. From this point to the end of the play, it is the real people he sees as they are now.
John!
He's very pleased to see his wife coming to him through the garden.
John! I've come back, John. It hasn't seemed very long, has it?
No, not long, Ellen. Had a nice walk?
I haven't been for a walk. Don't you remember where I told you I was going, John?
Oh, yes, to a wedding.
And you haven't forgotten whose wedding, have you?
Tell me, Ellen.
I've been seeing Barbara married, John.
Yes, it was Barbara's wedding. They wouldn't... Ellen, why wasn't I there?
I thought you might be a little troubled if you went, John. Sometimes your mind, not often, but sometimes you're agitated, and then you think you see people who aren't here any longer. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Help me with the buttons of my jacket.
Yes, I know. I'm all right when you're with me, Ellen. It's funny, isn't it?
It is funny, John. I ran back to you. I was thinking of you all the time. Even more than Billy Boy.
Oh, tell me all about it, Ellen. Eh? Did Billy Boy lose the ring? We always said he would lose the ring.
You have forgotten again, John. Barbara isn't married to Billy Boy.
Not marry Billy? Well, I'll see about that.
Now, sit down, dear. I'll tell you something again. It's nothing to trouble you, because your soldiering is done, John, and greatly done. My dear, there is war again, and our old land is in it. Such a war as my soldier never knew.
A war? That's it, is it? Oh, so now I know. Why wasn't I told? I'm not too old yet.
Yes, John, you are too old. And all you can do now is to sit here and to take care of me. You knew all about it quite clearly this morning. We stood together upstairs by the window, listening to the aircraft guns.
Yes, I remember. I thought it was a thunderstorm. Derek told me he heard nothing.
Derek?
Our gardener, you know. Haven't I been talking with him, Ellen?
It's a long time since we had a gardener, John.
Is it? Oh, so it is. A war. That's why there's no more cricket on the green.
They've all gone to the war, John.
That's it. Even the little shavers. Ellen, why isn't Billy Boy fighting?
Oh, John.
Is Billy Boy dead? Was he killed in action? Tell me. Tell me. Good for Billy Boy. I knew Billy Boy was all right. Don't cry, Ellen. I'll take care of you. All's well with Billy Boy.
Yes, I know, John.
Ellen, who is the soldier? He comes here. He is a captain.
He's a very gallant man, John. It is he who was married to Barbara today.
She has soon forgotten.
She hasn't forgotten, dear. And it's nearly 3 years since Billy died.
So long. We have a medal he got, haven't we?
No, John. He died before he could win any medals.
Carl will be sorry. They were very fond of each other, those two boys, Ellen.
Carl fought against us, dear. He died in the same engagement. They may even have killed each other.
Oh, they hadn't known, Ellen.
I dare say they knew. Will you have your tea now, John?
Billy Boy and Carl.
John? I had Barbara married from here because she has no people of her own. I think Billy would have liked it.
Oh, that was the thing to do, Ellen. It's nice of you. I remember everything now. It's Daring she's married. He was once my gardener.
The world is all being remade, my dear. He is worthy of her. They're coming here to say goodbye to you. They have only a few days' leave. She's in France, too, you know. She was married in her nurse's uniform.
Was she? She told me today that... Oh, no. No, it couldn't have been today.
You've been fancying you saw them, I suppose. You will be nice to them, John, won't you, and wish them luck. They have their trials before them.
Oh, well, tell me what to do, Ellen.
Don't say anything about Billy Boy, John.
No. Let's pretend.
And I wouldn't talk about the garden, John. Just in case he's a little touchy about that.
Not a word.
You see? I'm sure I should make a mess of it, so I'm trusting to you, John.
Leave it all to me, Ellen. I'll be frightfully sly. You just watch me.
Will you come in now, Captain Daring? Barbara? This way, come through.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Barbara. No, none of your hands shaking. You don't get past an old soldier in that way. Excuse me, young man.
Sir?
And congratulations to you, Captain Daring. You have won a prize.
I know it. I'll try to show I know it.
I hope you will be as happy, dear Barbara, as if you had married...
Perhaps Captain Daring has some little things to do. And you too, Barbara. They're leaving in an hour, John.
Oh, if you'd like to take Barbara into the garden, Captain Daring. No, not the garden. You wouldn't know your way about in the garden.
Wouldn't I, Colonel?
No, certainly not. Yeah, but there is a nice meadow just beyond the shrubbery. Barbara knows the way. She often went there with...
Goodbye, dear friend.
Oh, the captain will be jealous, you know.
Please sit, dear. Let me make you comfortable.
She's much better at it than I am now, John.
Oh, that feels good, Barbara. But I wouldn't go down by the stream. Not to the pool where the alder is. There's not a good view there, sir. And a boy I knew, he often... There's nobody in particular. It's just a boy who used to come about the house. He's not here now. He's on duty. I don't think you should go to the alder pool, Barbara.
We won't go there, dear. Ellen.
My dear.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Happy journey.
Thank you.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Did I do all right, Ellen?
Splendidly. I was proud of you.
I put them completely off the scent. They haven't a notion. I can be very sly, you know, at times. Ellen, I think I should like to have that alder tree cut down. There is no boy now, you see.
Oh, I would leave it alone, John. There will be boys again. Now, shall I read to you? You like that, don't you?
Yes, read to me. Something funny, if you please. About Sam Weller. Oh, no. I expect Sam has gone to the wars. Read about Mr. Pickwick.
Right you are, dear.
He is very amusing.
Here we are. Now, which bit shall I read?
About Mr. Pickwick going into the ladies' bedroom by mistake.
Yes, dear. Though you almost know it by heart. You see, you've begun to laugh already.
You're laughing too, Ellen. I can't help it.
The smile that played on Mr. Pickwick's features was instantaneously lost in a look of the most unbounded and wonder-stricken surprise.
And for now, the Colonel is happy to keep company with his memories, for they are warm and pleasant and shine as bright as the autumn sun. But he is no fool, for he understands, as we all must, that no one is ever truly lost as long as we remember them. In a well-remembered voice, Mr. Dawn was played by Jim Broadbent, Mrs. Dawn by Barbara Leigh-Hunt. Joseph Fiennes played Dick, and Fiona Carew played Laura. In Barbara's Wedding, the Colonel was played by Derek Jacobi, Ellen by Penelope Wilton, and Captain Daring by Martin Ball. Catherine Bradshaw played Barbara, Jamie Glover was Billy, and Andy Henderson played Carol. J M Barrie was played by Bill Patterson. The plays were adapted for radio and directed by Julia McKenzie. The producer was Bruce Hyman, and it was an above-the-title production for BBC Radio 4.